we are going to be talking about how to set yourself apart from other health professionals. And we have an amazing offer for you guys today. So drop the word learn below the video, and we are going to save you $50 and $500 worth of bonuses when you purchase your conference ticket for the Functional Health Coaching Conference that is going to be happening in October. So make sure to drop the word learn below, and we are going to send you some amazing discounts. Plus, you get an awesome swag bag in the mail worth over $500. So make sure to drop the word learn. This is the Health Coach Tip Tuesday show, where every week we share tips, tools, and resources for health coaches and professionals so you can confidently solve your clients' health issues and grow your career as a health coach or professional. I am your co-host, Piper Gibson, and joining me today is the fabulous Reed Davis, the creator of Functional Diagnostic Nutrition. How are you, Reed?
Fantastic. Thank you, Piper. Good to be here with you and the folks.
Yes, I'm excited to have you back. It's been a while, and we have an awesome topic today. We are going to be talking about how to set yourself apart from other health professionals. So if you are ready to dig in, let's give these health coaches and professionals their tip for the week. What I want to dig into this week is yes, I'm super excited for this topic, because if you have not ever attended the Functional Health Coaching Conference, this is something that will change your life. The energy is amazing, and it is a fantastic experience. So Reed and I are going to dig into that today. Reed, I would love for you to share with us how long the FDN course has been around.
Well, I started teaching the course in 2008 after having developed it. It took me almost 10 years to develop it. Working in an office, I was running labs on thousands of people, thousands of labs, thousands of people. And, I like to systemize things and systematize things, organize it real well. And everyone started saying, you should be teaching, you should be teaching. So in 2008, I held my first class.
How many people were in your first class?
19.
You remember?
It was live too.
It
was they had to fly. They had to fly to San Diego, get a hotel room. I had a nice suite up in a penthouse that had a big classroom in the suite. So it was really nice. It was very small, intimate. Basically, I stood in front of 200 slides, and it took me 2 days to go through them. And that was the course. It wasn't anything like what it is today. I was just showing off, here's what I do in my office. And then, of course, I said, hey, what could I do to make it better? And we went online, and I've asked all 3,000 people that ever graduated, what could I do to make it better? What else would you like me to include? And everything, that was a good idea, I've incorporated that into the lessons and training. And now it's a very robust, hugely robust program. We have about 26 people working for us, delivering, and we deliver an amazing course. It's an amazing product, if you will. I meet regularly with staff every week after week after week, year after year, to develop things, to make it better, to make it. We want to get you through the fastest possible with the highest standards possible. So everything we do is geared towards speed and standards of getting this information, getting these skills, getting this ability to run labs into your hands so you can go out there and do some good in the world. And all delivered, by the way, for about half what I know I could sell the course for.
I would love for you to share your journey in developing the FDN course and how you have worked with industry experts to really make it what it is today.
Well, the industry experts I worked with 20 plus years ago were very alternative, out of the box. The expression was out of the box. And sometimes, considered quackery by standard medicine because it was not accepted. There was no insurance paying for it. It was just considered experimental. And funny, some of those tests are still considered experimental, although we've been using them very successfully for well over 20 years. And so the guys that I worked with were true pioneers, and they were really smart doctors and research and lab people. But I did my own share of the work. I was mentored very well, but I also worked harder than everyone else, ran more labs than anyone else and any other 3, 4, or 5 people put together, and was able to make my own observations and fill in what were still missing pieces of the puzzle. And, but I have to give a lot of credit to the early docs who helped me establish what is our backyard. What can I wasn't called a health coach back then. We didn't call it that. I was basically a nutritionist and holistic health practitioner, working in an office, assisting doctors. And so I created a program that is the perfect complement to doctor's office. It's the perfect complement. Matter of fact, it's such a complement that at some point we hope the person doesn't need their doctor anymore, And doctors, don't worry, we're no threat. There's always going to be really sick people that you can work on. People need to be diagnosed and they need to be treated for some things, but that's not what a health coach does. We don't diagnose or treat something. We give them lifestyle and behavior recommendations that include diet, rest, exercise, stress reduction, supplementation. It's all based on functional lab work. In other words, we use labs too to identify healing opportunities and give that person stuff to do, not stuff to take so much, but stuff to do. And so it's the perfect complement to where if they don't have a medical condition, it's what you need. If you do have a medical condition, it's what you need to back up the medicine and to stretch it out and work on health building instead of just treating those symptoms or that disease process. So it's the perfect complement.
All right, Reed, we have several people watching. So if you guys have questions for Reed or for myself today, make sure to drop them below this video. We would love to answer those for you. And don't forget to drop the word learn below this video. And you are going to save $500 plus you're going to save $50 plus get $500 worth of bonuses when you purchase your ticket for the Functional Health Coaching Conference before the end of this month. And if you buy an all access pass, you save $50 on your ticket, and we're throwing in a copy of the conference recordings that is worth its weight in gold. And we are going to mail you a swag bag to your door, and that's worth over $500. So make sure to drop the word learn so you can get that amazing deal today. You do not want to miss the Functional Health Coaching Conference. And on that note, Reed, why did you decide to hold the first FDN conference?
Well, it took a long time for me to agree to it, but it was by popular demand. I mean, the tribe, if you will, or the community, the group demanded it. Like they wanted to hang out together, and I wanted to hang out with them. But it took me a few years to come around because it's very, very it's a big endeavor to put on. I got to sign a contract with the hotel for one thing, for like 150 rooms, and I'm responsible. So I had to really wait. I just waited for the right time, and when I knew for certain that the community was going to come together and support it, that matter of fact, they all swore they would for years, and I just decided one year this will be the year. It was our 10th anniversary. And that was back in 2018. So we did 18, 19. This year's conference, we've had to go virtual because of there's some kind of a disease going around. I don't know what it is, but there's something flying around there. And so we have to just go virtual. But I did it out of popular demand because our people love hanging out together and learning. There's so many great speakers. We bring in the best. It's really just like a really happy-go-lucky, but very good training and education. We bring top minds together. This year we have Terry Walls and Karen Krishnan and just some really top-notch folks. And we always have from day one. These are people who are leaders in the field. They're people who are some of our labs that we use, the vendors, have new labs. They want to teach everybody. There's a few product companies and stuff like that, but mostly it's people who have really interesting stuff and who like to hang out with very, very cool people. We want to see some good done in the world. Some of us are seeing to it. And that's who you get to come and hang out with. Successful people that you can learn from. And by the way, if you have something to contribute, we're open to your contribution. And like everything else I do, I'm all ears. What can I do to make it better? And that's really been my secret to success over various careers, but this one especially.
How do you feel that the conference provides enormous support for health coaches? What kind of support does it provide?
Well, you're going to grow your knowledge personally and professionally. So most health coaches understand that walking the talk is really important. Setting an example for others is really important. So you're going to come and hang out with people who are doing that. And everyone has had their own hero's journey, trials and tribulations, stories, things like that. And we all have to share. And if you're a shy person, they'll bring you out of your shell, because we do roundtables, we do those exercises in the afternoons where, you kind of got to state your case, why, and so you get to walk the talk and hang out with other people walking the talk. And that also goes for you on a professional level. So what are you doing in business? Are you doing more digital marketing? Are you going out door to door? I mean, I talked to a guy this morning. He gets his business by doing door hangers. That's one of the oldest tricks in the book. That's 50 years old, But I mean, so you find all kinds of people doing all kinds of things. So we talk not only about growing personally and growing our own health, but growing professionally. And by the way, that includes some things on state of mind, your mindset, mindset coaching on getting over any inhibitions or fears you have about making money or just getting out there in front of people. One thing I help people overcome a lot is thinking you have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect to help others. You just have to be on the path. So again, I like people who are on the path. I can reach up for help and I can reach down to help others if you'll, allow me that there's a stairway, and no one's at the top of the stairs. There's no top of the stairs. You just keep climbing and you try to be your own personal very best. It's all I can ever ask anyone to do is try your hardest. And when you hang out with other people who are trying hard, it rubs off. And so, and again, making your own contribution, you might feel in coming and sharing something that you have that you think is really important. And guess what? You're going to find friends. You're going to find you're not alone. You might think you're the only one that's worried about electromagnetic frequencies. You're the only one that's worried about mold, or weird stealth infections. Or guess what? There's a lot of people just like you, and you can find each other at these kind of events. And ours, I just happen to think, is the coolest. It certainly is the most friendly and warm and welcoming.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge family, an amazing community. I know just from my experience last year that I've never been to an event where I came with so much energy and inspiration. And it's really an amazing thing to get together with all of these other like-minded people.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, you're a leader in the field, Piper. You've been with us a long time. And that's the other thing about FDN is we're expanding. We're totally expanding. So we're always looking for people to fill some shoes. And I'm planning the growth. I've run other businesses before this one. And so I have a vision of FDN expanding nicely and steadily and consistently. And so there's room for people, and people come and work for me and they just love it. I noticed Nikki asked a question here. Do you want to read that for me?
Sure. Nikki is in the final stages of becoming an FDN, and she wants to know, would you consider a practitioner-based system for client-practitioner interaction, such as Practice Better, or other like-mindeds that's all-inclusive specifically for FDN? So I think Nikki is referring to how you manage and interact with your clients.
I'm not sure if
She wants to know,
she's
would you
asking that or
recommend
she's
something?
asking. Yeah, I'm all ears, Nikki. I'm all ears. I'm always looking for a better way to skin the cat, and especially if it helps my graduates. One of my largest concerns right now, or endeavors, it's not a concern so much as an endeavor. I'm completely obsessed with helping my graduates be successful, because that completes the mission. It's never been enough for me to just teach people. Like, if you're not going out and using it, I don't see really. I mean, it's great that people are getting healthy and everything, but that the real mission is to reach the public. So I need to deputize thousands of soldiers to go out there and do the good work that we do. Remember, we all want to help somebody. We all want to do some good in the world, and some of us are seeing to it, and we want you to join us in seeing to it. And that means be successful, go do this. And it's like early to bed, early to rise, work like hell and advertise, so, and you need systems to do that. You definitely need systems. So we have our PBE, PBMS. We have a couple things that we're using. I've heard of Practice Better, and I've heard of Perfect Practice by Sachin Patel and some other good ones. I'm all for all of them. We just this morning, agreed. We now, our alumni is so good and so strong. And Piper's here. She's kind of in the middle, because she does a lot of recruiting and onboarding of trainees to, she makes sure it's right for you, and that you're going to be successful. This is something you really want to do. You go over the investment and things like that, but also she sees the needs on the other end, on the marketplace. Where you need to go from here. Like, she knows she is a graduate. She's got her own business. So we're constantly looking at things. And right now we offer the alumni group lots of membership benefits, including your own supplement store. You get your own supplement store. You get your own website. You get pretty much done for you marketing tools and things like that. So we have the back end, the post-grad program, very well established, Nikki, and always looking for new things.
She said, you've designed a magnificent platform, and I think this would seal the deal with providing all we need as a practitioner to move forward. I don't really want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, Nick.
Okay.
Fantastic, so, Nikki. And yes, we absolutely have an ascension plan for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say we have the PBMS program, and then also I know that biocanic is something that is of interest to a lot of FDN practitioners for managing their clients and their testing.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we get together just about every Tuesday to do a Facebook Live. It's part of our outreach, and right after this, I'm being interviewed. I do at least 2, if not 3 interviews a week. I'm on a podcast with Dr. Emily Kibbard coming up in a few minutes after this. I'm on another podcast later this afternoon with Dr. Ben Weitz. And, we're becoming, or have become already, an incredibly popular topic for podcasters. So if you're a podcaster out there and you want a good guest, myself and a couple of my staff are able to do it too. But we'll come and talk about FDN and the opportunities for people to do some good in the world.
Yes. That get Read on if you are out there interested in some podcasting opportunities. Absolutely have Reed come on. He's a fantastic guest. I've actually had him on my podcast before. Reed, before we hop off for the day, I would just love to know, how do FDN practitioners really set themselves apart from all the rest?
Well, you know, I think the main thing is probably the labs, you know, because our understanding of lab work is that we set ourselves apart from all other practitioners, including the physicians who do run labs. So there's other people who run labs, but what most of them do is diagnose and then treat a specific condition. So they're looking for certain markers that are out of whack, then they would be way out of range. And then they go, oh, here's your problem. Well, the moment you do that, you leave all the other stuff that they need to work on off the table. You know, in other words, you're now zeroed in on one thing, and that's never good. That never really works. That's treating specifics, and that's for physicians, and they kind of have to do it that way. You know, they got to, if something's out of whack, they'll write a prescription or something like that, or they'll keep a watchful eye at least. They might say to the person, go do some diet and exercise, but what does that mean? You know, so we're a completely different ballgame. We run all these labs and we look for all the healing opportunities. We look for all of the things that need improvement in that person. And believe it or not, we give them a way to do it. We give them the protocols, a complete holistic lifestyle program that will address everything that we can identify. So we're not just running one test to look for something's high or something's low, and here, take this for that. Never. That, number one, that's probably practicing medicine without a license, which we wouldn't do. And the other thing, more important thing that sets us apart is we look at all the healing opportunities. And it doesn't have to be completely out of reference range. It could just be out of optimum range, you know. So we flag things way early before it becomes a serious health issues. And that way, again, we're not diagnosing anything. We're just looking at something that could be improved and giving a person to completely control it themselves. Like we could call it lifestyle medicine, but we call it functional diagnostic nutrition. It's all about how you function. Every cell, tissue, organ, and system functions, needs to be at its optimum resiliency and balance. It's diagnostic in nature, not medical diagnostics, but it's diagnostic in nature because we do use data gathered from the client, data gathered from the labs, and so on. And then it's nutrition because diet obviously forms a large part of lifestyle medicine, but it's more about nurturing. You could call it FDN, functional diagnostic nurturing, and nutrition, you know, so along those lines.
I agree 100%. I think that FDN practitioners and functional health coaches really just stand out. Absolutely. Reed, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm going to have you back next week. We are going to be here, same time, same place, so don't miss Health Coach Tip Tuesday. And for those of you who are watching, make sure to drop the word learn below this video. We are inviting you to join us for the Functional Health Coaching Conference. You don't want to miss it. We are going to have some amazing speakers, both clinical and business, and it's open to all health coaches. So make sure to drop the word learn below and you can save $50, plus you are going to get a $500 swag bag shipped right to your door because we are going to be virtual this year. So make sure to drop the word learn so that we can get you that amazing discount on your ticket and your swag bag. Reed, thank you for joining me today. And we will see you guys next week.
Thanks so much, Piper. You keep up the fantastic work, and let me know how you need help. I'm always here for you.
Fantastic. I will. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you.